There are three things that you must do in order to win in 2026. All right. Three things that you must do in order to take your business to the next level, whether you're starting out or you got it going. You got to do these three things. And most people aren't doing these three things. And that's what we're to help you with. All right. I'm your co host, HT,
I'm CD Barnes.
and you know what this is. It's Illegal Hustlers back with another episode to talk about the three things that you must do. All right, number one, CD. Let's start it off. Number one,
Number number one, if 2026 is going to be your breakout year, if you're planning to gain traction this year, you're going to need to have clarity. First and foremost, clarity is the number one thing on this list, definitely top of the list. If you don't define what your dream life actually look like, if you don't define your goals, if you don't define, you know, what's important to you, to your business, your culture, your family, any goals that you establish, really, it's very likely that you're not going to achieve those things. There's a saying: if you don't define what your dream life actually looks like, you're going to end up living someone else's, and that is not what we want. So, number one is establishing clarity.
right? Yeah, clarity with your goals, clarifying your goals is so important, right? A lot of times people will say, "Oh, I want to be a millionaire," or "I want to reach whatever income level," or "I want to write a book," or "I want to travel the world." You know what I mean? Those are general statements, right? Or "I want to make six figures." It's like, okay, you want to make $900,000 or you want to make $100,000. Both of those are six figures, and both of those
Exactly.
are vastly, you know what I mean?
Big difference.
Um, miles apart. So clarify your goals, set specific numbers. If you want to travel somewhere, set specific locations, set specific times, set specific goals, right? You want to hone in to the specifics. How do you want to get there? When do you want to go? How do you want to chill whenever you get there? What do you want to do? What do you want to see? Who do you want to visit, right? So clarify those goals. If it's relationship goals, clarify what does that look like? How much quality time are you spending? How many hours, right? So clarify, clarify, clarify. All right. Second up, second up is identify opportunities. Okay. You have to identify opportunities. If you're starting out, you want to identify the opportunities that best fit you and your situation and your environment. Okay. So when you're identifying opportunities, you want to look at your current skill set. You want to look at what rooms that you're in, who you're rubbing shoulders with, what skills that you have should match with your environment, with your network, with everything that you got going on. All right. That's going to help propel you really far. If you already started, you want to be able to identify opportunities within your current situation or your current business. And understanding that as the business grows, different opportunities will present themselves. So you want to be on a constant hunt for new opportunities. All right.
Yeah. Opportunity is the bridge between like where you are now and where you're trying to get to. But just another side note in terms of clarity, because this is important regarding these opportunities. You need to have clarity also on like who you are,
Mm,
or who you need to become in order to like live this particular way that you're trying to live. Who is it
right.
that you need to be? What skills do you need to have? What type of person are you? That is going to also determine the types of opportunities that show up for you. Certain
Right.
types of people don't get certain types of opportunities, but it's because it's the type of person that they are. Those opportunities are not for them. So also having clarity on who you are and who you need to be and how to improve yourself, and then obviously the opportunities. But point three The last most important thing, it's not the most important, but it is very important because this is going to help you establish sustainability in order to maintain all of this, is developing systems, right? And this is a big one where everyone, where it's easy to fall off at. Sometimes we can get the clarity, we can make the vision boards, and anybody can make the Christmas list, and this is what I want to have. Um, and then opportunities may come and may go. But even if you get them, sometimes it's hard to keep them if you don't have the proper systems in place to keep yourself in alignment with that dream, and to keep your businesses in alignment with that dream, to keep your
Right.
relationships in alignment with that dream. So establishing systems that keep you on track with these goals and with this lifestyle, right? So motivation is one thing, but we all know that that's like a temporary moment. It's helpful, it's useful, but that motivation can kind of fade away, right?
Right.
You have these systems in place for yourself. These are things that you can actually rely on a day-to-day basis to push you where you need to be. So point three, one of the most important is developing systems. This is going to get you from point A to Z, consistently.
Right. And in business with your systems, you want to be able to have it down like clockwork, right? Especially when you start expanding and you start hiring people, whether they're VAs or whether they're full-time employees, right? Um, you want systems in place, right? Some people call them standard operating procedures. You want guides, right, for people to follow. You want a guide for yourself, right? You want operating procedures for yourself, whether that's a schedule, in combination with actual processes that you do for specific tasks. Okay. So you want those things laid out, right? You want a schedule laid out, like, all right, I'm, waking up at this time, I'm, getting myself ready, doing the mental work, and then at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever, I'm doing this for a certain amount of hours, and these are the steps to do this, right? And you plan that out for your whole day, right? If you're given like operating procedures to employees or contractors, they need that system too. And what that's going to do is help you stay on track. They need those procedures as well. That way, all right, that the task is should be done appropriately. And if it's not done appropriately, you can go back through your system and identify where the ball was dropped, and then make corrective actions from there. Um, so yeah, those are the three things, and I'm telling you, if you can implement these, the game will change for you. And so many people miss these things. So to recap, clarify your goals. All right, identify the opportunities, whether you're starting out or you're on your entrepreneurial journey, and build systems that'll help you stay consistent and accountable. All right. Anything else, bro?
No, I think that's it. I think that's the perfect trio that you need to advance your 2026.
Yeah, man. So stay locked in with us, man. If you want, we have a software, all right, that you can take a look at that will help you accomplish these three things. It'll help you clarify your goals, it'll help you identify opportunities, and it will help you build systems, all with the assistance of AI. All right, to help you create a customized plan for your income stream generation. All right. So check it out at dreamstreamstrategy.com. All right. That's been um that's it for this episode. So stay locked in with us, man. Give us a like, drop us a comment, and we'll see you guys next time.